in the meantime, now we're waiting to hear a big announcement from Mike Pence, the Indiana governor. Man, oh man, the last couple of weeks we've been reporting nonstop how everyone is trying to curry his favor, woo him, take him out, say, hey, governor, great state you have here. Well, now the indications are that he has settled on a candidate, and it is not Donald Trump, and it is not John Kasich. So could that be Ted Cruz? Yes. He's going to detail it all in a few minutes, we are told. Now, how does that compare to getting Bobby Knight's backing? Of course, if you're Donald Trump, you say Bobby Knight. But remember, Donald Trump was also looking at getting Pence backing. Very popular governor in Indiana, could go a long way to helping Ted Cruz, hoping to get some sort of fire going here. To Caitlin Huey-Burns as to whether it will. Caitlin, what do you think?
Well, I think Cruz is really pulling out all the stops. Obviously, we saw him bring out Carly Fiorina as a vice presidential pick. He really needed this endorsement from Pence because Indiana is such a make-or-break state from him. At the same time, Pence is in a tough re-election fight of his own, so he's been very cautious about weighing in. But he's also been getting a lot of heat from conservative activists who wanted him to weigh in on this presidential race really against Trump and then in support of Cruz. Pence is considered one of the most conservative governors in the country. He was a conservative congressman. His backing could certainly help Cruz. But I also think it puts Cruz in a position where if he doesn't win Indiana, he really won't have an excuse. I mean, he really pulled all the stops on this one.
You know, I'm wondering, too, if you're Ted Cruz, you have the Carly Fiorina announcement, you get Pence back, you didn't get Bobby Knight, but you got 2 out of 3 big developments that captured the media's attention. Will that be enough to close poll gaps that show him trailing anywhere from 3 to 7 points?
Well, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the ground operation is like. This is a little bit different from, a state like Wisconsin, where the anti-Trump efforts had been laying the groundwork for a long time. Mike Pence is now just weighing in. We'll see whether he actually goes out and campaigns with Ted Cruz across the state in the way that Scott Walker did and really lent his resources to Cruz in that state. So we'll see what kind of impact this endorsement has. Without it, though, it would have been, I think, difficult for Cruz to make this case. But again, he's gotten John Kasich out of Indiana, at least in terms of campaign-wise. He has the endorsement from Pence. He brought out Carly Fiorina. He is really throwing, Hail Mary pass after Hail Mary pass,
but, you raised something,
to make it work.
I'm sorry, but you raised something great at the outset that I didn't think of, the effect on Pence. He's got this very hard-fought battle to get reelected governor. And so, given the fact that polls, be they what they are, show Donald Trump leading in the state, could it hurt him, in other words, to go out on a limb, support a guy who's trailing, and maybe tick off a lot of those Trump supporters who could be Pence supporters but might not be Pence supporters if he ultimately goes to Cruz?
Right. I think it's a great question, and that certainly has been part of the calculation and why he's waited this long. Pence has also said that, he would support the eventual nominee. And again, he is in a tough re-election fight in his state of Indiana. So he has been really weighing all these kinds of considerations. So I actually think this endorsement is more about what Mike Pence feels might be best for his own chances ahead because of the backlash he was getting from conservative activists who could be really key to his own re-election hopes. So they were really upset with him over the past few weeks for not stepping in here and supporting Ted Cruz, who they think is the best shot against Donald Trump at this point. So there's certainly personal calculations at play here.